Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. And today we are going to be talking about buffing some champs. So before, thanks to Kalantak when he put out this Twitter post, which by the way, again, if you guys aren't following Kalantak on Twitter or subbed him on YouTube, make sure you go drop this man a sub and a follow because he puts out some really cool content. But as most of you know, we talked about Juggernaut, aka the man who haunts my crystals. And today I kind of thought it would be fun to talk about Agent Venom because Agent Venom, he's really lacking in a lot of things. He's not on par with a lot of the other symbiotes. So I decided to give him an overhaul instead of a buff because he really needs to be on par with some of the other symbiotes, aka Venom, because he's essentially Venom, but in Flash instead. No, not Flash like DC Flash. Anyway, I digress. So let's talk about some of his basic abilities. So because of the Venom symbiote that he is bonded with, he should be able to evade all projectiles, much like classic Daredevil does. I think that would kind of be a nice boost in him. Now, also, he should keep his Clintar Rage. Now his Clintar Rage, let's make it like a stacking buff, okay? And I know what you're thinking, but this is the skill class. Skill champs don't really gain buffs with the exception of a few, but he is bonded with the Venom symbiote. So therefore he should have a lot of cosmic qualities tied into a skill champ. So let's say he's got the Clintar Rage and the stack at a max of 10. So how do you get them? Well, say every 5 hits on the combo meter, it grants you 1 Clintar Rage buff. At 10 stacks, Agent Venom loses all control and the Venom symbiote gains Rage. Now this Rage then increases his attack, his crit rating, his block penetration, and his block proficiency for 8 seconds. Then once it expires, it goes on cooldown for, I don't know, 15 seconds, something like that. Okay. Now let's talk about his bleed debuffs because he should really inflict some gnarly bleeds. And unfortunately, as of right now, Agent Venom doesn't do that. So I feel like on contact, light attacks have a 100% chance to inflict a bleed debuff, and then he can also bleed you through block, and that's a 65% chance to bleed you through block. So that's like the shank mechanic, right? And then I want to talk about his heavy wounds, or excuse me, his heavy attacks, because I feel like there needs to be a new debuff entered into the game called an internal bruise. And so the internal bruise is basically that comes off of his heavy attack and it deals a burst of physical damage once it expires. Because I mean, you take that like kick right to the chest, you're gonna have some internal bruising. All right, now let's talk about giving him an open wound passive. So if you have an internal bruise debuff applied and you have, I don't know, 5 bleed debuffs, let's say, then you convert that to an open wound passive debuff, which increases the potency of his damage over time debuffs by, I don't know, 85%. That might be too much. I'm spitballing here. Maybe 50%. We'll say 50% for right now. No, I like 85. We're going with 85. Then I also feel like his special attacks cannot be evaded, auto-blocked, or missed. So that'll kind of add into some ability accuracy reduction and that sort of thing, which he already has and he should, in fact, keep. Okay, now let's talk about his special attacks because I think these really need some adjusting because as it stands right now, he doesn't really have that high of a chance to inflict a bleed. I very rarely inflict a bleed off the special 1. I seem to get it off the special 2 with the incinerate debuff as it is now, but I digress. So let's talk about how I would fix his special 1. And so first of all, he's got an arsenal at his disposal. So I feel like he kind of should have an apocalypse type mechanic built into the special 1. So depending on how you end your combo, either with a light or a medium attack, he's going to place either a suppression debuff with a light attack, which is going to reduce combat power rate by 10%, defensive combat power rate, by 10% for 8 seconds. Or if you end it on a medium attack, he's going to place a rupture debuff per bullet for 8 seconds. And obviously there's gonna be a good many bullets fired, right? Right. Okay, now let's talk about his special 2. I feel like he definitely needs to incinerate the opponent. He's got like grenades and all kinds of stuff, right? So he should place a nasty incinerate on the opponent with the special 2. Now, if he does have rage active, that should refresh all damage over time debuffs and then double them as well, including bleed and internal bruising. That's just how I feel about it. I really think he needs something like that. He needs something a little bit something, right? All right, now let's talk about the special 3. If rage isn't active, let's activate that special 3. Why not, right? Activate the special 3, pause all DOT effects. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay, now I want to talk about his Awakenability, because he absolutely needs something more to his Awakenability than what he has now. Of course, he'll still maintain the tenacity, which he gets because that's a really nice part of his kit. So I would like to see them keep his tenacity, but I would like to see them do something different with his sig ability. Let's call it lose all control, right? So basically, Flash loses all control over, and the Venom symbiote takes over. So what does this do? This allows him to gain Fury, Precision, Cruelty, and Unstoppable, and then he'll regen 85% of the damage taken while unstoppable. So that kind of helps tie in with the whole symbiote healing factor. I really think this would be a big improvement on Agent Venom, because as it stands right now, he's really lackluster, especially when you compare him to some of the other symbiotes. But anyways, guys, that is how I would overhaul Agent Venom. Let me know in the comments below, how would you change Agent Venom? Where is he lacking? What changes would you make? Do you like my ideas, or am I completely off the base? Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and enjoy this quick word from Kevin Smith.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and if you enjoyed the mediocre Mcoc video full of scrub gameplay, then show Katy some love by hitting like and subscribe, man. Katy don't ask for much. Katy did ask for this. Katy did. So do like Katy did and bug people and get you to like and subscribe, man. She's doing that Mcoc beautifully. Not mediocre. Katy!